Welcome to the Sports Hangover. I'm Michael Benatar, joined alongside J Dawg.
Mike, it's good to see you. We're planning your bachelor party. Sorry to those of you not invited. So I'm wearing a golf shirt from
It's COVID times.
From our last trip, Mike. The Coeur d'Alene golf shirt here. We all had a COVID trip to Idaho, and you backed out. You didn't go, but we are planning golf on your bachelor party. Is where I'm getting with that.
Yeah. We're going to try the golf on the bachelor party. It is a COVID-safe bachelor party. It's going to be a small group of people, and we're going to go somewhere. Hopefully, it all gets planned out. Obviously, our mutual friend is planning it, so who knows if it's
dangerous. The guy has had COVID. The guy's recovering Steelers fan. There's a lot of flaws with him.
There's a lot. I have a lot to talk about. So much happened over this week. ESPN just got NHL, which I thought was how we could start the show off. I know you're excited about this.
Of all the things, like my favorite quarterback signed a massive contract, and we have to talk about hockey right off the bat. Classic.
So NHL getting it for what? 4 years. Is it 2022 to 2028? They're paying just for the playoffs, though. So the Stanley Cup playoffs, which is good because you can never find the goddamn games.
They're paying for the regular season too. They're gonna have 100 games a year, but interestingly enough, 75 games a year will be on ESPN Plus. Only 25 games on TV. If that shows you where sports are going, it's not on TV. It's on streaming.
Well, it's annoying because that's the first thing my dad said to me. He watches the Lightning every night. They're on. And he's like, I hope it's not on an app that I have to go download and watch because he's not going to be able to figure it out. He's just going to be like,
that's the problem. The old people are the problem. Us and Gen Z, we're fine. But if you're above 45, you might struggle in this new era to figure it out. But it's not going to change. We're not going to stop for the old people.
No. So this is on the other part. I mentioned this in our group chat. It's called He Streams. So I found this the other day. It's called He Streams. I'll put a description in here, a little link to it. It is a
don't link to it.
Hold on. So it is a illegal way of streaming anything you want to stream sports related. So the problem right now is there's a lot of blackouts. There's a lot of issues with buying streaming packages. Like for the NHL, you get blacked out in your own town, and NFL, NBA, all that blackouts, right? Mm-hmm. So what this guy did, he's anonymously putting this website together. He has no information about him on the internet. This is all somehow illegal, but you pay your subscription through an Amazon gift card to get in this. So I am now a member. I'm streaming NBA games. It's all legal.
I read about this today too. It's all illegal. You need to keep saying how illegal it is. Both him doing it and you paying for it and you paying in Amazon gift cards. This is like a Russian hooker who you can't pay cash or credit card to. So you pay her an Amazon gift card. I've been dabbling a little bit in like OnlyFans and stuff, and there's a lot of like Amazon gift cards in that territory.
Putting your own body up there?
Obviously, it's my body. I'm not interested in anyone else's. It's my body that's going out there. But I hate it for so many reasons. One, it's $100 to sign up. So you're paying $100 to watch NBA games. Like, would it even cost that much to do it legally?
But like, I was thinking about it because for the NFL Red Zone, I'm paying $30 a month. But for this,
what makes you think this clown is going to be around in September when Red Zone comes?
Listen, I'm not buying NFL right now. I bought NBA just to test it out. I accidentally, and now not accidentally, NHL TV just charged me $100 and something because I had a credit card on file and just renewed my NHL subscription. So now I have NHL package. But I thought this was interesting. If you want to watch these sports, you got $100 for an entire season. I feel like it's a deal. And you're supporting this guy illegally somewhere in the middle of the world.
I'd rather support the big brands, Mike. The big corporate streamers deserve my money much more than haha streams. This is illegal. Don't do it.
He streams.
I'm laughing at you for paying $100 for watching NBA and you're not even an NBA fan. Can we get to big dick energy?
Sure. I don't have the soundboard. It's too far away right now.
What?
Big dick energy. I got a ton of big dick energy too. Give it to me.
Mike, I'm fired up. My guy, my Hall of Fame lock, Dak Prescott, was given such a massive contract by Jerry Jones and the Cowboys. It's amazing. And the way I was thinking about it is Jerry Jones saw 2 months of Andy Dalton and he says, I'm going to do something I never thought I would do. I'm going to max out with Dak Prescott. He is paying him $75 million in the first year of the contract. Dak Prescott on the broken leg. We were crying for him in November. We're laughing for him now in March because the guy's getting $75 million between now and December. That is insane.
So, okay. My first thought was, damn, this guy is way overpaid. But on the other hand, it's like, well, who else was he going to go with? He didn't want to restart. Jerry is old. I put myself in Jerry's shoes. Jerry's an old man. He will win a Super Bowl. That is the only thing he wants to do. That helps out, I guess, on the salary cap at this point in this year and next year. It's pretty cheap. I think it's like $22 million, right? So you're getting Dak. Now, Dak is now up there pretty high. Is he not getting paid more than Mahomes right now? Is he like number 2?
I'm glad you brought that up. The top 4 highest paid quarterbacks per year right now, like highest salary per year.
Yeah.
Number 4, Russell Wilson, kind of going to the Hall of Fame. Number 3, Deshaun Watson. He's probably heading to the Hall of Fame. Number 2, Dak Prescott. The guy is surrounded by Hall of Fame quarterbacks. Mahomes is number 1 at $45 million. Okay, Dak's at $40 million with a $35 million signing bonus.
Do we not want to just pause right there and say, what is wrong with the list? Dak does not belong.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Okay, so here's a few things. Great for Dak. Like, so happy. Obviously, we're player first here at the Sports Hangover. Happy Dak got paid. Not a fan of Dak, but happy he got paid. This is terrible for Dallas fans. I think they're going to be mediocre for the next 4 years.
That's really good.
They will obviously be in the division playing for something at some point, right? Because they get to play against the Eagles, the Giants. I mean, those are bad teams. The Redskins, they're all slowly getting better. But here's my thing. Will they make the Super Bowl in these next 4 years that they have Dak under contract? This is Jerry Jones's dream, because I don't think so.
Yeah, I think the NFC is about to be void of quarterbacks. When you look at Mahomes on the Chiefs, you look at Deshaun Watson, probably heading to the Dolphins like we talked about last week. If you missed that show, drop down one slot below us and listen to that one right after this one. And then you've got Russell Wilson. Where is he going? Russell Wilson, you've got him heading to the Las Vegas Raiders, so he'll probably be leaving the NFC too.
Listen,
so what I'm saying is Dak and the Cowboys have a great chance because Dak might be the best quarterback in the NFC after Aaron Rodgers retires.
Wait, the best quarterback in the NFC?
He might be
than Russell.
Well, once Russell goes to the Raiders.
Okay, but you didn't answer my question. Are they going to the Super Bowl?
I was getting that. Yeah,
okay.
They are.
Okay.
You had to go to the Super Bowl this year. You're a Dak hater. You're a Jerry Jones hater, and you thought they'd go to the Super Bowl this year.
I thought they were going to be good. Obviously, Dak broke his leg, whatever. But I don't think they're going to go now. I think this is it. Dak got paid. It's kind of like when what's his name got paid. Like when Zeke got paid. Guess what? Palmer or whatever, who's playing behind him? That little guy was much better than Zeke all year. Who's the backup quarterback? Yeah, Pollard. That guy.
Zeke had a bad COVID time. He had COVID. He was partying. His quarterback broke his leg. Don't judge anything on last year. We can't judge anything on 2020 performance. Right. I'm not judging you for a shitty year. Don't judge Zeke for a shitty year. Just bounce right back.
Okay. All right. Now. Okay. So I got more BDE too. I have more big dick energy. You talked about our boy Blake last week. And it was like a magical siren.
Griffin.
Yeah, Blake Griffin, out to Blake. Not our friend Blake, but Blake Griffin.
Our friend?
He went to the Nets. And at the beginning of the year, Sportsadamus, myself, predicted that the Nets would win the championship. And this is looking more and more likely. I know I talked down on Blake. But look, how can you deny some guy that's out of his peak, but he's going to a team that could win a championship? You might need a guy for like 3 minutes at the end of the game, right? That could be your guy.
I think he's good for more than 3 minutes. We know he's good for dunks. That's one thing that he is known for. We don't know.
There was a stat. He hasn't dunked since 2019.
Are you serious? He's done. Like he has no more spring in his legs. Like
hasn't dunked since 2019.
It's like a golf club. Like once you hit enough shots, it doesn't have the ping anymore. And like he's got no spring. It's all done. That must be why they released him in February. We're trying to figure that out. They also had Andre Drummond, another piece, Drummond. So I feel like they're adding pieces, whether they're good, bad, or whatever, to get fans there, to get people talking about them. Maybe they fit in, maybe not. It can't be a bad thing to have Blake Griffin as like your 8th best player.
No, I don't think it's a bad thing. It's almost like a move where, because he bought himself out of the contract. I think he had to pay money to leave, right? I think he paid like $20 million to leave. So he wanted out of there. Just like we said, like, you need to get out of Detroit. So he's out of Detroit now. He's now in Brooklyn. I think this is great for him. He gets a BDE award this week. I got 2 more big dick energies this week. I have so much big dick energy. I got Josh Gordon. Our boy Josh Gordon scored 2 touchdowns in the fan-controlled football league. I've been talking about this. Still haven't found it on TV anywhere. But Josh Gordon scored 2 touchdowns. So he's back. If you want to watch it. I think there's games.
Probably on streaming. We're working on it. Not on Hee streams, but it's on a legit channel. We'll figure it out.
Not. Also,
Josh Gordon in the land of Johnny Manziel. It's like the land of misfits, the opposite of the Brooklyn Nets.
Yes. I got to watch the game. I haven't watched anything yet. I watched a highlight, looked kind of exciting. Remember arena football where they would like bounce off the padding and stuff like that? It reminds me a lot of that when arena football was around. Do you remember arena football? Like, did you ever go to one in like Florida in like the?
I did. I went to some Orlando Predators games. They're fun, and I liked how you could sit right on the field. Like the first row of the stands is like on top of the field, and the player can like flip or jump like right on top of you. Like there's no buffer like at NFL games.
Yeah, it's kind of like wrestling a little bit. Like you're up close in action with the So it's kind of fun. I gotta watch one this week. I gotta watch a full game. Another Big Dick Energy. This is a really crazy one. All right, there's a guy that's getting paid just as much as these three, and he works in television right now. He's getting paid as much as Melvin Gordon, PK Subban, and Lou Williams. So there's three guys, mediocre, not a lot of money.
Okay, I see what you're doing there. I know where you're going. Okay. Say who it is first.
It is Skip Bayless.
And that's crazy. And he deserves
$8 million.
$1 billion. But $8 million. Skip Bayless is more famous than the three people you just named, right?
Yeah, I know who all of them are. Could you? I mean, you know who
what do you know about Lou Williams?
He plays basketball. He used to be on the Clippers. Maybe it might still be on the Clippers. Who knows?
Who was the first guy you said? Melvin Gordon. I mean, he's washed. I don't know. I feel like
PK Subban. I don't know. I mean, yeah. Listen, he got paid $8 million. Fox is just handing out checks. Yeah. So good for him, I guess. I guess he's like the face of Fox. I've never watched his show with what's his name on there?
Shannon Sharp. It's not good. It's not much better than First Take with Stephen A. and Max Kellerman. So ESPN was involved in this. They were in a bidding war for Skip, trying to bring him back, and they were going to do ESPN Plus with Stephen A. and do this whole show around the two of them, but only on digital because they get $4.99 for ESPN Plus. So everything they're doing now is geared toward that, and that's how you know the whole thing is changing because ESPN was always the most profitable network because of the sports rights and how much they could charge cable companies and the consumer. Anyway, it made Fox overpay, so Skip wasn't going to get that much, but because there was another bidder in the room, Fox had to overpay, which probably helps ESPN in the end because now that's more money that Fox has to pay, and ESPN can buy some rights or buy some other talent with it. I
like the move, though. $8 million, great for him. Good job.
I think he's more valuable and more famous than Melvin Gordon. Just going to say it.
Well, I would say he's probably one of, like, him and Colin Cowherd are the only two guys that I know are at Fox right now that I could name.
Yeah.
Right? Anybody else?
Emmanuel Acho's a big deal.
I don't know who
Marcellus Wiley. Did you ever like him?
I know Marcellus. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. They don't have too many. No. They just hired Bob Stoops to replace Urban Meyer.
Okay. Urban's Jacksonville now, right?
Yeah, head coach.
I have bullshit or believe. What do you want to do?
Me too.
Okay, let's do some bullshit or believe. Bullshit or believe time.
All right, the first one is Russell Wilson. So we talked about a lot of landing spots last week, but we didn't really talk about the Chicago Bears as a landing spot. But a lot of people think that's the most likely place, and it sounds like the Bears are gearing up to make the best offer for Russell Wilson. Bullshit or believe, will Russell Wilson ever in his life, Mike, play for the Bears?
So I was reading what we call Monday Quarterback. He was asked, will Russell Wilson be traded? And at first his answer was 95% no, 5% yes, a few weeks ago. And today he's around 60-40. And he needs he needs to sign another sign an extension with the Seahawks, or I think at next year he'll be gone. And this is scary because if he leaves, they need value back, right? They need to get something back for him. And this is the scary part. If he leaves the Seahawks, I think they're done. They're in rebuilding. They might as well take Big Ben on because they're done.
Well, Pete Carroll would leave. The whole operation would leave. The team might leave Seattle.
It'd be done. Yeah,
it'd be bad.
So,
I don't think he's going to Chicago either. Just to clear that up. No. I don't know where he's going, but if Peter King's at 40%, he's going to be traded. That's somewhat high.
If you can get a valuable asset, like if I was him, I would say, yeah, let me trade you to Houston. But he doesn't want to go to Houston, so it's kind of Miami. He has his choice as well. Yeah, he wants to go to Miami. So it's almost like when a player wants out, they force the team into a bad situation because you can't get any value. Like right now, Deshaun's forcing his hand saying, I'm not playing, trade me or I'm not playing. Now they're in a bad situation, even though Deshaun seems willing to go anywhere. Mm-hmm. So why not get some assets back? But it doesn't seem like anybody's willing to get some. It's weird because in the NBA, it seems like everybody's willing to trade packages and deals. But in the NFL, they're like, no, this is gold. We can't trade away this player. I don't understand the deal. What's their mindset here? Like trade away this asset, get more back, and you could be good in a year from now. And maybe this year you'll figure it out.
Well, I think it's all about leverage, and it's one thing the Seahawks still have because we aren't
Mhm.
certain that Russell Wilson will be traded, but we're certain Deshaun Watson wants to be traded. He because he hates what the Texans have done the last few years, took all the leverage away, and he gave it all to himself. And now teams that want to call the Texans, they can say he's not available. How long can that last? Are they going to go to September with Deshaun Watson and he's still not going to play? And then it's just an ugly situation playing out in public, or the draft is now only 6 weeks away. Make a deal in the next 6 weeks. Get your rebuild going. Start now. Why wait another day? A brilliant man once told me, don't wait until tomorrow to do something that you could also do today. And if you can do it today, Mike, do it today. Trade Deshaun, trade Russell, start the rebuild. Don't go into September with a crazy situation.
Do you think that this all will happen on draft day? Is this something that's going to happen where we see a lot of moves? Because that seems most likely. Okay, we're here, we're drafting. If we don't get a quarterback, if I get a quarterback you want, maybe I can trade you for him. Because it's also the unknown. You get somebody that might not perform as well, and you're like, well, maybe we can trade him. I don't know. There's got to be something that happens in this next few weeks where we kind of see a clear picture, because these two quarterbacks need to either stay and be happy or need to get traded. And
I think at least one gets traded before the draft. And I think things are about to ratchet up, right? Because franchise picks were due, compensatory picks were given out today, extra draft picks. Free agency starts next week. I have a little free agency preview we're about to unveil. Okay. I just think things are about to start happening. So the next few weeks are going to be very, very telling.
I got another bullshit, I believe. Tom Brady wants Odell Beckham. How likely is it that Odell Beckham will join the Buccaneers? Bullshit.
Very, very unlikely. So it's bullshit because they have enough people with bad mindsets on that team, like Antonio Brown. Looking at you, and I know he's a free agent, but I think he might come back. Chris Godwin was given the franchise tag. He's going to make $20 million a year. You have Mike Evans making $20 million a year. How can you pay Odell $20 million? That's $60 million on 3 receivers. Like, Tom Brady could throw me open across the middle. I don't think you need to pay your receivers $60 million.
Is it kind of crazy if I was a coach, not a GM? If I was a coach, I'd say, screw it. Let's fuck up the salary cap. We're going all in. Let's go get all these guys. Because if you can win back-to-back Super Bowls, do you not think you go down in history as one of the greatest coaches of all time? So if I was a GM, I'd kind of hate it because you might screw me for the next 10 years because of salary cap issues. But if you can do back-to-back and get all these studs, I'm in. So if they can pull off this deal and they can go back to the Super Bowl, I love it. I love what they're doing. If they can pull it off.
I think they're trying. They brought in Levante David. I don't think Odell's there, but Godwin's back. David's back. They're trying to keep the crew around. We'll see if they can bring back Antonio Brown. We'll see if they can bring back. There's someone else who's a free agent, Shaq Barrett, the edge rusher. So we'll see if they can actually keep the team intact, because we've seen it a lot where a team wins a Super Bowl and then the players get pilfered by other teams on free agent contracts. So the Bucs are trying their best not to let it happen.
Well, because they want, they get more money. They're Super Bowl champs now.
And I think the weather and the no income tax makes it a lot easier to stay in Tampa when you're offered more money in Detroit.
I mean, Tampa's not that bad. By the way, Jeremy, be there in 2 weeks. I'm flying out.
Wow. Should we do a live show?
We can try. Yeah.
No, it's COVID. I can't see you.
Okay. We'll see what happens.
Can we do my NFL free agency preview?
Yeah.
Play NFL music. I know you have the soundboard.
Yeah, it's far.
All right. So there's a few big free agents I wanted to get your take on. We don't have to spend too much on this, but a few of them are already franchise tagged. So Chris Godwin to the Bucs we talked about, and Allen Robinson to the Bears. Those were both going to be big free agents. Massive moves in the free agency landscape and fantasy football. They're not going anywhere now. So I have a few other guys I want you to think about. Kenny Galladay, free agent. Will Fuller, your boy, free agent. You have him every year in fantasy.
I do.
Juju Smith-Schuster, I don't think you love. He's a free agent. And then Hunter Henry is a free agent as well. So I'm going to give you my prediction for where each guy is going, and you tell me bullshit or believe on the destination.
Okay.
Easy game. Kenny Galladay. The New York Giants are a team that need help at receiver. They want to help their stud Daniel Jones, or so-called stud. At least Dave Gettleman considers him that. They have Saquon at running back. Imagine a passing attack that's decent. I have Kenny Galladay to the New York Giants. Bullshit or believe.
So these are free agents that they don't excite me that much. Kenny Galloway.
They're the best of the best, so I'm sorry to tell you.
It's interesting because I don't know how much of an impact do we have, because he wasn't that great on Detroit, right? Like, he was just kind of like a mediocre, like, second tier guy.
He's solid.
but he was like a second tier, third option, right? He wasn't
Who was
number
the
one.
first option?
Marvin Jones, I thought.
I think Kenny Galladay had better numbers most years.
We'll have to double check. Where's our stat
I know
guys?
Marvin Jones is a friend of the show.
He is. Do you know he was on the show like 9 years ago?
I know. You took pictures of his family.
We need a stats guy on this, but
I know.
I thought he was like a number 2.
To the Giants.
I'm going to say believe. Why not? Yeah, they need somebody. He's not a number 1, but sure, take it. They traded away Odell Beckham. How dumb are they? So take this guy.
Are they? Okay. Will Fuller is definitely leaving the Texans because they're rebuilding. You always own Will Fuller. You'll probably own him again this year.
Oh, yeah.
I think you might not want him based on where I'm sending him.
All right. Okay.
I'm sending him to the Green Bay Packers because my boy Aaron Rodgers needs a Super Bowl before he retires, and a stud like Will Fuller on the other side of Devontae Adams would be very interesting.
I get it. I don't love it. Aaron Rodgers is a guy that is very like when he likes a target, it's great for him and he kind of throws it. I don't trust him enough. You know, I'm not a big fan of Aaron Rodgers. I think he, not my top guy.
I know.
I don't love it. I just don't think wide receivers there become superstars. Like Devontae Adams is good, but he never put up numbers like an Odell or anything like that in their prime, right? When they were like the number 1. So this would hurt Will Fuller for sure. So I'm going to say bullshit just because I don't want him to go there.
I knew you would say that. I think he'd be great for Aaron Rodgers. Juju Smith-Schuster. I had him going to the Washington football team to help the young quarterback there because they have a decent running game. They're starting to rebuild. But now that Chris Godwin and Allen Robinson aren't able to go anywhere else, they're both franchise tagged, I'm giving him to a team that has a lot of money and a murky offense. It's the New York Jets. Juju Smith-Schuster is going to the Jets. They're going to pay him a lot of money to be slow and catch 3-yard passes over the middle.
So is that just what the Jets do? They just take old Steelers to the team and then eventually just release
it never
them?
works out, but they always do it.
Okay, so I could see that. They're a dumb team. They could take them. Now, what about a team that could use them? Like, who's a team that we think, oh, this would make sense? Like, does he go to the Raiders or does he go to the Bills? Like a team that could just use that extra spark because Juju can't be a number 1. And I think becoming
the Bills are pretty set with Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis. They did release John Brown today, which was surprising. The Raiders, they have Henry Ruggs. They could use a big Juju. I think the Jets are like a team he makes an impact on.
Okay. I agree he makes an impact. I just don't think Juju is a number 1. He's definitely like a number. He was great when Antonio Brown was there because guess what? Everybody was covering Antonio Brown and you could get balls. So
yeah, Chase Claypool's a better option for Pittsburgh.
If you know you're number 2, play as a number 2. So play up to, like Kyrie, right? He wanted to be a number 1. Guess what? He couldn't hold it. LeBron is a number 1.
My last one is Hunter Henry. The LA Chargers did not franchise tag him. Kind of surprised. Weird. Like Justin Herbert, you could really use an athletic tight end like that, but they're not going to do it.
Smart franchise.
Joining, maybe not. I have him joining the Tennessee Titans. Ryan Tannehill is not a very accurate passer, but what he is he's good at throwing to tight ends 5 yards over the middle. Hunter Henry can do that. He's a weapon. I think the Titans make sense to open up the offense outside of Derrick Henry a little bit.
I love it. Genius spot. Ryan Tannehill, definitely. Yeah, this could be great for him. I don't understand how they're good every year. I never get it.
Running game and defense, we always overlook it.
I know. So good. Yeah, that's a great spot. I believe that one. That's I think the only one I believe for you. So good job.
I think you believe 3 out of 4, but thanks for keeping track.
Well, I kind of like Juju was like, well, he shouldn't go there, but sure.
Yeah, kind of. You didn't like Will Fuller. All right.
No. Before we go, I got like one other thing.
Okay.
Well, 2 other things. There's this thing called overtime, and it's like a basketball league that they're offering high school players 6-figure salaries. So this was really interesting. I read a whole article about it. It's overtime. They're recruiting athletes ages of 16 to 18 to forfeit high school and college eligibility to join their league. So it's going to start in September. They will receive $100,000 plus health insurance, equity stake in the company, and also earn rights from their name, image, and likeness on jersey sales. They'll have a fallback fund of $100,000. College tuition money will be set aside for each player in case they decide not to pursue basketball professionally after this league. So I love this because this is like right now when there's all this like people making startups and all this, go attack the one thing the NBA can't do and is go get the kids that are starting super young. Maybe they're not academically, achieving greatness, but they're fucking great basketball players. Go out and play basketball. You earn $100,000 a year, more money than you make working a 9 to 5 in most places at the age of 16. And this is great. I love it. I'm going to watch overtime. I wish I could invest in overtime. This is great.
It makes a lot of sense. College athletics are recruiting kids much younger than ever before, both in football, basketball, probably all the sports, but they can't pay them. Maybe they do. Like we had that story where they pay him in a McDonald's bag at Tennessee. Football.
Yeah. You could do something.
So there's stories like that. But if you can go out and give $100,000 to an athletic 15-year-old, hell yeah, he's going to take it and he's going to play for you and he's going to say, I'm never going to go play in Kentucky because I'm going to make $100,000 and then go to the NBA when I'm old enough. So I think it makes a lot of sense. It's untapped, as you say.
Yes, and overtime supposedly has 50 million followers, and it's all content for teenagers. And they're saying by comparison, Saturday's Duke UNC game just drew 1.87 million viewers, and they were not teenagers. So like they are gearing these audiences specifically for teenagers. I think it's great.
Anything untapped in this oversaturated world we're in is going to be a good thing.
And then I have one more thing. Have you heard of Locker Room?
No.
So Locker Room is the clubhouse for sports conversations. So it's basically what we're doing here, but it would be on a clubhouse.
They're not branding themselves well if I haven't heard of them, right?
No. So Locker Room, it's new. I downloaded it. I already had an account from a while ago and I just didn't like it, but I guess they want to make it like it. Honestly, it feels like Clubhouse. It feels exactly the same way. There's rooms you can have conversations. I think we need to do some of these. Like I was thinking when the NBA playoffs are on or the NHL playoffs are on, we should just jump in there and do what we want to do some like play-by-play conversation stuff and have people on and talk about the game. Could be fun. We gotta on Locker Room or Clubhouse or Twitter Spaces. Maybe we just do it all. Twitter Spaces is not available to everybody yet, but I like it. Is it not? No, you only can join Twitter Spaces by people that are approved to have it, but you can't have your own space yet. Oh, because I'm okay. So I joined them, but I've never had my own space. Yeah, I was going to say, am I exclusive? Then you knocked me down a little. No, I did get invited to Clubhouse. That was a big deal. Yeah, cool. All right, let's do a tease for next week. We're out of time for today. We're up against the clock. But for next week, I want to learn more about NFTs. Specifically, I've been dabbling in Top Shot. I can't believe what I'm seeing. So this is a little bit of homework for you. The viewers can come back next week. Did you purchase a pack over the weekend? I did not, but one of my friends who I was sitting next to did, and I couldn't believe the resale. And this is just a giant tease at this point. But I couldn't get it. We got to dive into NFTs next week. Okay. All right, I'll dive in. I'll tell you about my golfing trip with our mutual friend too. That'll be good. Yeah, that'd be great. All right, check out thesportshangover.com. Everything's there. Follow us on Instagram at the Sports Hangover Podcast. And if we want to go rest some most reviews, hopefully we are back next week.